Alright guys, MTech Guy here, and today we're going to take a look at how to restore the Shadowline trim on your BMW. Now if we take a look at my 1 Series here, the Shadowline trim is the 2 panels in between the 2 side windows there, between the doors, and on a lot of other BMW models it's also the trim that runs up and over the side windows and around the Hofmeister kink at the back there. Now the Shadowline trim primarily came on the M Sport models. I'm a big fan of the M Sport models. They always come a little bit more finished than the regular models. You know, you get nicer alloys, you get a body kit, sporty interior, stiffer suspension, lovely. Now on the regular models, them trim pieces are just a polished aluminium, almost looks like chrome. So in today's video we're going to focus on the Shadowline trim. Now these trim pieces are made of aluminium, and that shiny black Shadowline finish is actually an anodized finish, and what can happen over time, the aluminium can start to tarnish, almost slightly corrode, which is inevitable when a car's been out in the weather for so many years, and the finish can start to become blotchy. You'll get watermarks on it, it can end up with scratches on it also. So in today's video we're going to run through the steps required to get that finish back to a nice glossy shiny appearance. Alright, so if we take a closer look at the Shadowline trim on my 130i, you can see here that it's got a dull finish to it. We've got watermarks, we've got some lovely scratches in it there also. This is what it can start to look like over a long period of time when these cars get a little bit older. So today we're going to get this sorted out, get it back to looking like new. Alright, let's take a look at what we're going to need to get the job done. Okay, so to be able to restore the trim, we need to give it a good polish. Now if you do have a lot of deep scratches, deep imperfections that are really etched in, you're going to want to start off with a cutting compound, and then we'll move on to the polishing compound afterwards just to give it a nice finish. Now if you've just got a few watermarks and it's just gone a little bit dull, then you can probably just solely focus on the polish. But like I say, if you've got some deep scratches and it is pretty ugly looking, pretty messed up, then start off with the compound. And then to be able to apply that, I've got my small little polishing tool here. Going to be using a foam pad for the compound and a wool pad for the polish. Now it is quite soft trim with a soft finish, so you don't want to be applying too much pressure, and we don't want to be too aggressive with it either. And if you don't have a dedicated polishing tool, you don't necessarily need to go out and get one. You can get these type of attachments for your drill, for just a regular drill. So, and prior to doing any polishing, to start off with, we're going to take some painter's tape and just go around the edge of the trim and mask off any of that rubber trim, anything that's going to get affected by the polish. We don't want to stain anything, so we'll get that all masked off first, and then we'll move on to the cutting compound. So I've now got this lot masked off. A very important step this, because you do not want to get polish on the rubber trim or even the dark plastic trim, because it will stain it and it's incredibly difficult to remove once you do that. So as a preventative measure, we'll tape it off like this first, and then that'll save any headaches later on. So next step, we're going to apply the compound, and you just want your polisher or your drill on a relatively slow speed. You don't want to be going mad, because this is quite a soft piece of trim, so we don't want to wreck it, just enough to take that surface off, just to give it a nice cut. Alright, that's looking better already. I gave it a little bit extra here just to try and attack that scratch that I had across there. So that's looking much better. So next off, we'll move on to the polish. look at that, guys. Looks so much better. Bring you in for a closer look here. Yeah, that looks so much better. Got a nice mirror finish to it now. So next up, I'll move on to the other side and I'll remove all the tape and then we'll take a closer look. Alright, so we've got all the tape removed now and here's the finished article. Looks so much better. And we'll take a look at the other side too. Nice and smooth and shiny. Back to looking like new. Now this is a super easy DIY to do and it's not going to cost you a lot of money either. So if you found the video interesting or useful, don't forget to give it a like and make sure you check out the rest of my YouTube channel for more BMW DIY videos. I'm MTech Guy. Thanks a lot for watching.